and I'm a man who takes people out into the field and has either live interact with or eyewitness Sasquatch. I will be answering questions today from the audience. This is an international show. I'm very excited to do this show every week because we get people from all over the world asking amazing, incredible questions. Right now, what's hot on my YouTube channel and what should be a pretty exciting topic in the world of Sasquatch is that thermal photograph that I released and I'm doing analysis of last week and also into this week. So I'm very excited about that. What's going on here with the show? If everything's okay, yeah, everything's looking good with the show. So this week I'm going to do a further analysis with the that thermal image that I'm very very impressed with. Preemptively, I'll tell you there are things that are going on in that thermal photograph that are just nothing short of extremely impressive. So there's a mid-tarsal joint happening in that Sasquatch's foot, and I'm going to refer to that thermal image as a Sasquatch. It's clearly a Sasquatch's foot. And other things that I've learned, the around the belly of the Sasquatch in that thermal image from the latest video that I put out, it shows that there's not much heat being given off there. And why is that significant? It's because we only know macaques as the other primate or monkey species of any kind that lives in cold weather, and they also have this extra belly fat for digestion in cold weather. So very very amazing stuff. Just give me a second here. I'm gonna. Are we back and everything's good? Okay. So I'm just gonna answer questions. Hello, Matt from Prince Edward Island, at PEI here in Canada. I haven't been there yet. I met Michael Smith, who's a famous chef, and I did some work on a cooking show with Michael Smith, which was really fun. Back in the day, when I first was learning to use my camera, I bought cameras and equipment that were pretty expensive, and I wanted to get good with them. So I started selling myself out to do little documentary shorts. So I was working for the Food Network as an independent, and got to work with Michael Smith at a food expo, which was pretty cool in Prince Edward Island. So, uh, in case you guys don't know, I'm a huge proponent of chefs and food. Paul Rogowski is working with Les Stroud Survivor Man because I introduced them. I had them working together on my show initially that didn't get picked up by the Food Network. It was going to be called Rogues Galley. And all this relates back to Sasquatch because none of it would have happened if I didn't have to pay for the equipment and learn how to use the equipment to go film Sasquatch. So instead of going to film school, I got sneaky and I got paid to get my education. So so hello from Florida. So that's it, guys. Like we're international. I've got Prince Edward Island in Florida. Hello, Joseph. Thanks for tuning in. One day we all go before God. Good point. Man, I love your documentary Discovering Bigfoot. Needs to be part two. Part two is done, guys. It's handed in. So it's probably coming out in June-ish. I guess that's kind of an announcement. So there's the announcement. The documentary is coming out in June, Discovering Bigfoot Part 2. Can you tell us the youngest Bigfoot you've ever investigated? I might have mentioned this before, so it's a bit of review. But there's two incidents I had with young Sasquatch. So there was one in Montana where I guess I'd had young Sasquatch around quite a bit because in Alberta, British Columbia, and Montana, I'd heard them. They make a sound that goes. I'm gonna make it in two parts. They go woot, and then so woot, so woot. It's a sound that the young ones would make. And when I figured that out, it was actually in Montana. It was a little scary because the young ones were coming around really close, whacking on the tent, whacking on my truck, and the older ones were kind of standing back. And I was concerned, like you would be for a grizzly bear cub when there's a grizzly bear mother around, right? So a little concerned for my safety. And but I only caught little glimpses of them, and I found their tracks. So it was one that I actually saw was up at Radium. I talk about this on Survivor Man Bigfoot. When I was coming down the mountain, I turned around and looked up, and the blackest living thing I've ever seen was looking down at me. It was a Sasquatch with a little bit of an afro. He was so black, like his afro into his face, into his eyes were so black. I thought I was looking at a rock or something. And he was just staring at me, just calm, just totally like looking down at me, didn't move. And I wasn't sure, even, you got to understand too, you know, at least 8, 9 days into an expedition, not sleeping at night, not eating properly. I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm just not all there and I'm just seeing a rock and I'm kind of hallucinating or something. And then I saw him blink twice. He went blink, blink, like that. And I was like, whoa. I actually kind of went for I had a bear banger at the time. I went to kind of grab it, and I thought, what the hell am I doing? I'm going to shoot a bear banger. That's a little Sasquatch. So I turned my back on him. I proceeded down the hill a little bit. The mountain, I should say, was a very steep, cliffy mountain. And I turned back up, and I saw him. He just didn't even move. He was just standing there staring at me. So yeah, and that was after like I'd wrecked all my cameras and batteries, and a grizzly bear chased me up the hill. People think, why didn't you get footage? And at that point, I was just like so far gone from footage and wrecked cameras and being chased by a freaking grizzly bear that none of that stuff really mattered to me anymore. And all my cameras were burned out. The batteries were all dead. No more memory. There were so many problems. I don't even know where to start. But yeah, that was the youngest ones I've worked out. I'm doing my live show. No, thank you. That's my little girl. Hello, Andy. Thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate you being on here again, sir. Meeting as you do. Joseph Hawkins, Alabama says hello. Well, thank you, Joseph. Man, I that really means a lot to me because I love the Talladega Forest, guys. I know there's Ricky Bobby Talladega Nights, and the kind of funny stuff that Will Ferrell did behind that. But I was in Alabama for a couple weeks, not sure, and I was in the Cheaha Valley. Oh my God, I just love that place. I want to actually go back there and just have a vacation. I just loved it there. It was so much fun. I had some locals teaching me about tracking and scorpions and water moccasins and the rattlesnakes and all that kind of stuff. But it's just so different, and I really loved it. I know there's Sasquatch there, 100%. I didn't see one. I could feel them being around me. That's back in the days when I was just starting to not really understand my telepathic ability, and I do now. And I remember the moment that there were multiple Sasquatch standing off. They were making sounds and stuff. And there were tree breaks and tracks and signs of Sasquatch all through the Cheaha Valley and the Talladega Forest. The same kind of marks. Everything was the same as I see here in Alberta, just completely, 2,000 miles, 3,000 miles apart. I don't know. Thousands of miles away. They're doing the same exact things. But I really felt the energy of them, and it wasn't very welcoming. But I still want to go back there, even if it's just not for Sasquatch. I just loved it there. Um, I love the land. I just thought it was wonderful. Sometimes a place just touches your heart, right? And that's just the way it was. Hello, Pam. Hello back from Alberta to you in Ontario. Ray Coral, Todd, when you come into Colorado, my God, I'm going to take a Sasquatch back with you. They're here, my friend. You got to check it out on the Rainbow Trail. I'd love that. Man, Colorado is so on my list, right? I love mountains. Biggest mountains in North America, Colorado. I have invitations to go out there skiing, and I would. I'm a snowboarder. But yeah, I'd love to get up to Colorado badly. Eric Dawson, good evening from Pennsylvania. One day we all go before God says from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Look at this, guys. And we'll go full on international when someone from the UK or Australia, uh, wherever Russia shows up. So Dave says, getting close, Todd. You got this. We're so close, right? So close. Like things are going so good. I actually, I've been doing a lot of meditation, a lot of working on my telepathic abilities. And I'll announce something to you guys right now. So last year, I did the drone. I wanted drone footage. That didn't work out. I'm still going to be using the drone a little bit here and there, mostly just for shots for the new movies and stuff. But I I want to sit down with a Sasquatch, maybe give him an apple. But I'd actually like to walk up to an area, sit down, and have a Sasquatch come and sit down in my general vicinity. So that's my goal this year. We've been getting so close. They've been around so much. We've been keeping up with the videos, 50 yards, 20 yards away, eyewitness accountings. So that's what I want. And last year, probably, I think the most, not frustrating, but the thing I'm most disappointed in is in the times that Sasquatch was around and I'd walk up to them, and they would walk off and they would move away. And I'm gonna overcome that. I'm gonna get over that. So it was very disappointing to me. And I had multiple witnesses when this happened on multiple occasions. They just keep kind of walking away from me when I walk towards them. So I'm gonna take a different tactic in mind, and I'm just gonna walk out in that general area that they're in, and I'm gonna sit down and try to attract him to me. So yeah, I'd like to have a sit down with the Sasquatch. So and make that something that's repeatable that can be done over and over. So You got to have crazy dreams. I got to, I got to do something that's just going to go next level. And that's what I want. So that's what I'm asking for. And yeah, I want that. Or myself or an expeditioner or specifically Ashley. I'd like that to happen somehow. I'm really, in the past, I wanted to just film it. Like I wanted someone like Ashley to go do it. And I would just film it, but that's not going to be the case anymore. Sabe, this is the irony in my research, right? So some people come out maybe twice a year is a lot. That would be a lot. Someone coming out on 2 expeditions in a year, that doesn't even really happen. Just generally, people come up for 7 days a year with me. Ashley's significantly more, so is Kyle. I guess there's a couple of people that are doing more than that, but there's nobody who's out there as much as me. Not even close. I mean, if Ashley gets to be out there 1/4 of the time, like I'm out there for 10, 12 weeks. So 12 times 7. So, over 80 days a year, I'm out in the bush, you know, and Ashley, she's, well, in the past, she's lucky if she got like 30 days, which is a lot, right? And, but the point is, if I'm out there so much, if I'm the guy, out there interacting all the time, doing this with Sasquatch, it's got to be me, right? I'm supposed to be the one. They're the ones that see me the most, and I've been out there by far more than anybody. Even someone like Ashley, she's been doing this. Will be her 3rd year. I've been out there since what 2008. Like I've been out there for over a decade. So they really know me. I've really filmed them out there. I've really had incredible, tremendous success with them. And I'm just going to accept that fact that it is going to be me. I have to kind of get over this. This is who I authentically am. This is what I authentically am supposed to be. And this is what Sasquatch told me this year is they want me to be authentically me. And I know what that means. And I have to live up to that. And that's advice that I would give anybody, all of you out there, is you're the most powerful when you're your true authentic self. And what does that mean? Well, you know what that means because you're you. And if you don't know, figure it out. Because that's your journey, right? Is to be as authentic as you can be. That's the most powerful thing. And that's a scientific fact. That's why so many people that can see the truth look into my eyes and go, I believe Todd Stanley is telling the truth because you can see the truth. And people that have doubts, I have sympathy for them, so they can just watch, and I'll prove them wrong. Like I've been doing. I don't know how many times. How many times people have told me, "Oh, you'll never get another video. Oh, you'll never get this. Oh, you'll never do that." And it's like I just I'll keep proving me right because Sasquatch exists. The discovery is happening, 100%. And I take out dozens of people every year who discover Sasquatch. Many of them for the first time and rediscover and grow and go to the next level. So this is a very exciting time. It's so apt that my documentary and this work is called Discovering Bigfoot because this is the discovery of Bigfoot is happening. We're not finding Bigfoot. We're not searching for Bigfoot. It's the discovery is happening, and we're moving forward with that. And I'm making no bones about it. So at this point, with the dozens of people I've taken out, the dozens of videos that I have, the movie that I've made, all that I've shown, I mean, I'm not being authentic if I'm not sitting here telling you guys this is legit, guys, and we're really doing this. Todd from Rick, any thoughts on Mark Barton interview? On the Mark Barton interview? I don't know who that is. Sorry. Hello from Jacksonville, Florida. I tell people all the time that we're not the only ones here, and you're absolutely correct. Maintenance worker, how are you, my friend? Thank you for coming on. Neah Bay's coming very soon. I'm coming out. So, in your opinion, do male Sasquatch live longer than females? Oh my God. I would think not based on the biology, right? Because bigger, out there more, just based on the biology. Because since there's serious sexual dimorphism in that the males are much larger than the females, you get larger gorillas that are males live less length of time than the smaller females. So I would just based on the biology say absolutely yes, right? So um, yeah, I would. But the oldest Sasquatch I've ever seen are males. In fact, I can't remember ever. I've never seen an elderly female. Never, not once. I've seen an elderly male or two or three. Yeah, and you could tell elderly males because they're when men get older, their legs get slimmer, their bodies get that older look to them. And of course they go gray. I've never seen a white Sasquatch, but I've seen them gray and that's the older ones, right? Really not just gray backs, but gray everywhere, gray bodies, gray legs. Their hair is a uniform gray, and they just look older. They move slower, and but I've never seen an elderly female ever. Never seen a gray female. And I never thought about that. That doesn't mean anything. They just maybe it's just the masculine and feminine in their perfect natural state are out there, and the day I see an old female will be wonderful. I don't even you know what? I don't even think I've never even felt an old female around me. Yeah, I'm completely ignorant to it. Like I just have no knowledge. Maybe an old female has been around me, and I wouldn't. How would you notice an older female track from a younger one, right? So I haven't seen enough to do that yet. So good question though. Hello, Matt. Hey, oh, and by the way, so it's the Neah Bay is repeat expeditioners. So I think I can say their name. So it's uh, two people from a previous expedition from this year. They teamed up and they had a really good time. So yeah, we're gonna. I haven't done any videos on them yet, so I guess I will in the next few weeks. Just really cool guys. One of them is not a believer from Alabama. That's correct. So the non-believer went on a full expedition with me, and I don't know, he appreciated the evidence. Well, he got burned out, so we got out of there. We only had a half an expedition in the research area. I went to another spot that was a really great spot, and we saw some really amazing evidence. But he didn't see a Sasquatch, and gosh, we didn't even have a live interaction with a Sasquatch. So just the forest fire just caused a lot of havoc, and obviously that has a serious effect on the expedition. But yeah, he's not fully convinced. So don't think that everybody that comes out with me is fully convinced. And yeah, I'm excited to have another Alabaman out here. So I had a couple Alabamans, but a couple of them didn't come back. And I miss you, Andy, if you're out there. My friend Andy Thompson. I named a structure after Andy Thompson. Andy Thompson from Alabama. Gosh, just thought the world of that gentleman, and I sure miss him if he ever sees this. Andy, I'd love to see you come back out. Clarence Brooks says hello from Washington, home of the Skookum. Yes, what an incredible state, Washington. That's got to be that's got to be one of the hottest spots in the whole world. It just got to be. It's such a hot spot, Washington State, man. I can't say enough great things about it. It's fantastic. I haven't been to Oregon. I've been to Montana, been to Idaho, British Columbia, Alberta, obviously, but and Oregon looks amazing, so amazing. I've been to California as well. That's in the next documentary. So, and he said, please subscribe to our channel if you'd like free access to over 450. Man, we're out of control. 450 videos. So, holy cow. Matt Redfern says, can't say no time, but got the notification. I don't know what that means. Talking about algorithms and stuff. That's cool. So have a good one and mind you go, folks. Thank you for that. Hello, Royal. Andy saying hi. Royal saying boom. The Sasquatch call themselves boom, in my opinion, in my perspective. And then Team Cam says, hey, Squirrely Pepper Lifestyle. They are here during mushroom season, which is when turkeys are in their nest. Well, the squirrel pepper lifestyle, please send us an email to bigfootencounter@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. So Willie Doint and Betty Don't, if we think they use sound to do some of the tree breaks, would they also use that to hunt wild game? Well, I don't know what sound. When I say frequencies, it's a way that you can, through a vibration, it's not necessarily, you're not going, whoo, it's just, you can, like, it's a telekinesis thing where you're going to manipulate a frequency and soften it, right? So, and I don't know how they do it. And guys, I'm totally coming from a theory, but I don't know, like we were talking with that cable, the gondola cable that they broke in my last video. It's not possible to do that. And there are people on there talking out of their asses. I could cut that with cable cutters. Are you retarded? Do you have any idea, like, the stupid crap I'm hearing from these idiot jack morons? Like, dumb. You could not cut that cable with. What are you talking about, man? It can hold 1,000,000 pounds. Like, it's super incredible, layered spun steel. Like, I literally talked to a metallurgical expert who works with those cables and told me they have this kick-ass gas-powered saw that's mobile. Yeah, and it would take like 20 minutes to cut it, and it would take 2 blades. You'd burn out a blade on that thing. It's no game. This is from an expert, like one of the few people. I had to phone around, found a man who could cut that cable, a gondola expert. I got read to, person to person to person. So this was like a 60-year-old man, structural expert, and he's like, yeah, that's what it would take, and any other thing is just not known. And I've been seeing Sasquatch make breaks that are not possible, and I have the evidence to substantiate that they are in fact using a frequency. And I'll tell you guys about the evidence. I got to go document it, because so imagine, so a tree, these trees out in the wilderness, it's just a Rocky Mountain Douglas fir. I actually can do it. I'd like to demonstrate this with, see if I can do it with my pen here. Nope, that's not gonna work. Just give me a second. It'll be worth it if I can make this. I have to break a pen for it. Can't break the pen. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to do this in the cat. So now a tree can't break like this. So imagine you're out in the wilderness and you see, watch the way this breaks. So this doesn't really break. See how it folds? So get this on in focus here. See how that's bent? Just like that. See the way that looks, that bend? It doesn't show up very well. See that bend looks? You can see where it's creased here. A tree can't do that. Trees don't bend like this. This is like a 4-inch tree, and it's still green, and it's straw bent. These trees don't break like that. I've literally never seen that ever, and it's not possible. And I literally go out there, the tree is not broken, and then it's bent. So any tree, any one of these Rocky Mountain Douglas firs that's bent like that at that thickness will snap. One's not. And what I believe happened is, I believe a Sasquatch came along, used frequency to soften the wood, and then bent it. And the frequency was so soft that if you soften the wood, you can bend it like that. And then after, when the wood hardens, when the frequency goes away, it ends up looking like this straw. And this is really not coming out very well. Kind of disappointing. You can't see that very well. But, anyway, you know, so that's one piece of evidence. I know people are going to go, so I'm seeing a tree that has the straw look to it. It's one piece, and if you saw it in real life, you'd go, man, that doesn't make any sense. The bark is straw bent. Like the bark looks like it was, there's no pressure. It was just like it melted and then hardened again, which is what would happen if something was introduced to a frequency change. So if I can get some science geeks out there to analyze it, I'm sure they're going to be able to pick that up in the frequency. They're going to be able to pick that up in the tree, in the wood, that something like that transpired. And then the other piece of evidence is, I've seen tree breaks that are impossible. You can't break that. You can't take a 12-inch tree and clean break it. You can't do it. And the Sasquatch do that all the time. It's just not possible. Like a gorilla wouldn't have the strength to break a 4-inch tree break the way I'm seeing. A gorilla, right? Let's say Sasquatch are twice as strong as a gorilla. Maybe they could do a 4-inch break, but not 5. Definitely not 6. 7 is out of the question. That power just doesn't exist. And I've dealt with these hydraulic engineers, structural engineers that are all concurring with me. That power, literally, I had a hydraulic engineer show me that by the time you had a machine that would grip and squeeze the wood, by the time it had enough pressure to break it, it would crush the wood before it would break it like that. Or it would leave such profound marks in the wood that you could see the grip that was necessary to break it. So you got to understand, guys, I've done a ton of research on this, a ton of looking into this, been working with incredible, amazing, brilliant human beings. So I know Sasquatch do this. There's no other explanation for it. And now this gondola cable incident is substantiating this truth. They used frequency. I believe they just used a telekinesis frequency. Like, when you use telekinesis, like you see like Jedi's doing stuff, right? Or someone says, they can move this pen, push it across. That's telekinesis, right? So that's the theory anyways. And I don't care if it's getting woo. Whatever is left, however improbable, must be the truth, right? Sir Arthur Conan Doyle has a quote from Sherlock Holmes. And that is absolutely what we must accept. However improbable, however impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Somehow they are breaking trees impossibly, and this is my theory. Could I be wrong? Yes, but prove me wrong or have a new theory that's better. And I would so appreciate that. Hey, Todd, Nash will be saying hi to Ash, and I don't know if she's around right now. She should probably be in the show here. She just having a busy day, but I sure miss you, Ash, and I would love if you. I just saw her today though. I miss her. I saw her today, and I saw her yesterday. So Willie do Willie Doit and Betty don't. If we think that you sound okay, that I did that question. Tristan, shout out from Slave Lake, Alberta. Keep up the great work, and by far keep up the great work and by far the researcher. Well, thank you, Tristan, and I will never stop. This is one thing. I just love this, guys. I know I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. You can't beat someone that doesn't quit, and I will never ever stop this discovery process. And I'm pretty confident to say I'm at a level that has never been achieved by anybody who's public. So, and if you don't go public, you're keeping the information from yourself. You're not sharing it. Perhaps there's a research team of secret people that are doing stuff behind closed doors. Uh, do they ever intend to share the information? If they don't, then it's not much good for the rest of us. And this discovery needs to be public. This discovery, because Sasquatch exists all over North America and into Russia and China and the Yowie in Australia, amongst in Africa. John Benedigal told me. So this discovery belongs to all of us, and it's an extremely important discovery. The most man-like primate is thriving and well, and we are not able to discover him by public means, by means necessary from me to to substantiate their existence because they're just so freaking amazing. I'm sure the government's got all sorts of stuff happening on them, but it's sooner or later technology will outdo them. I have no doubt about that. Joseph Hawkins says, had one growled at me one time in Alabama. Really? That's so cool. No joke. Crap my drawers. Deepest sound I ever heard. Sounded like it was coming from a drum. And you know, when you hear it in real life, guys, there's just no doubt. Like what happens in real life, when you hear it in real life, you're not like, you don't go, that's a bear. You don't say that's a moose. You don't say stupid things like that. When it happened with Survivor Man, he literally just looked at me and goes, that's a Sasquatch. And I went, yeah. Like behind the scenes, guys, Survivor Man knows Sasquatch is real. He's just being very responsible to be skeptical. And that's his public perspective. And he told me when right before we started filming for the first time, he said, look, you know Sasquatch is real. You're a powerful proponent. I don't consider myself a proponent as much as just a human being telling the absolute truth. But he needed to be a con to my pro, which is brilliant. And he took up that role, and he does that role to this day. He knows they're out there. And in fact, a conversation that I had with him years ago, it was kind of bothering me that he was going around what his expression was, well, I won't believe it till I see it. And I said, Les, that's not okay with me. You cannot be saying that because you know they exist. We're going to have to change it. So he came up with, there's something out there, and we need to figure out what it is. Something out there unknown, and we need to figure out what it is. So very responsible. That's his way of saying he knows they're there. He didn't spend all these years. He's not still doing Sasquatch research because they might be there. He knows it. And a man at his level, he knows. He's known for a long time, long, long time. So, and I was there and I saw him rekindle those feelings. And on Survivor Man, Bigfoot even become so convinced beyond a reasonable doubt without having seen one. So, and he's just an exceptional human being, a brilliant shaman connected to the earth. Beautiful. Good day, Mr. Penner. Thank you for tuning in. Very happy to see you here. Good evening to you. Good evening, everyone. As James Penner said, boom. We are going to be in. Oh, when are you going to be in Neah Bay? I want to go there. I don't. You know, uh, my expeditioners have made this very clear to me. They want an expedition with me. So in Neah Bay, there's a lot of locals that'll come out with us, and we'll be doing group meditations and really cool stuff like that. But they want a lot of private time. They want a lot of one-on-one with me out there in the bush grinding. So, and I promised them at least 80%, that'll happen. So, and then honestly though, the other 20% of the time, I'll be out with the natives. I'll be supporting Larry and Nalia, Ashley and Kira, and all the other amazing people that are out there working with Larry and Analia at their little retreat area. So they are mentors of mine, colleagues as well, and wonderful, amazing people. I will be going to Neah Bay for the rest of my life once a year. It just, like I was talking about Alabama, Neah Bay just totally touched my heart. Such an incredibly beautiful place, and the people there have been absolutely magnificent to me. I think in 2025, I'm gonna have like a Bigfoot festival there of some kind. There's a town hall on the native reserve there in the Macaw Native Reserve, and I'm going to invite some really cool people out and have a really good nature Bigfoot celebration because the people out there all know Bigfoot's real. If the people around the whole Olympic Peninsula, like the vast majority of them, know Bigfoot's real. They accept it. Like I'm literally thinking up in the 90% plus of people believe or know Bigfoot's real. Very few people don't think Bigfoot's real out in those areas. That's the reality of living out in those places, guys. And a lot of people around the small towns, like in California and Oregon, all those small places, Yakima, people all know Bigfoot's real out there. It's the city people that have doubts and they're skeptical, not the people out in the rural countrysides. They're in the majority knowing that Sasquatch is real, and for good reason too. So, have you done any research in Ontario? Very minimal, like just so minimal around some lakes and stuff, but enough to know they're definitely out there. So, Joseph Hawkins, yes, it's awesome place, big mountains too. You must be talking about Colorado, well, the biggest, right? And I would love to go there. Team Cam, I've seen one behind my backyard fence, and I saw it with big red eyes. Well, again, please, bigfootencounter@gmail.com. We'd love to hear about it. Christy McNichol, hi Todd, loving and following your amazing work from Scotland. We are now fully international. I love it. Have you heard any more about the Bigfoot and the cable cars? Yeah, I'm doing one more video about it. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna show where the cable breaks and there's actually a security guard underneath it. I'm gonna show that footage. And yeah, just talk more about the that's going to be an ongoing investigation for a long time. I will be going out and doing an expedition there. If you would like to support me, I will be doing incredible, amazing investigations like the one at the gondola in Squamish. But I could always use support. If you're passionate about the discovery of Sasquatch, go to my website, discoveringbigfoot.org, or you can go to Patreon. I'm Todd Standing in Patreon, and you can make a monthly donation or a donation there. Pay for a tank of gas, pay for a set of boots, I don't know. But believe me, I am a full time Sasquatch researcher, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm doing this for the rest of my life. I will be training other people up behind me. Oh, many people, so many people. One one thing I would critique about a lot of the researchers from the past, even like the great John Bennernagel. I don't like critiquing him, but who took over his place when he passed on? I'll put my hand in the air. I'd like to think that a lot of the greatness in John Bennernagel is right here in front of you, and I actually know that to be true. So, but yeah, you just got to make sure that there's people that are coming up underneath you that you're training and you're motivating. It's so important. So as we go old, we should have, like Jeff should have, 4 people training under him. So I currently have multiple people that can take up this torch. When I'm done with it, and I intend to literally, ladies and gentlemen, I intend to have 100 men and women working underneath me in their own way, doing this research. And it'll be way more than that. So I have huge goals as this cooperation expands, and big things are happening. Oof, I'm talking to big name podcasters, YouTubers. So something big is going to happen. It's coming very soon. So be excited. Mark Higgins, good day from Australia. So Mark, you and Christy have made us so freaking international. High five to you both. Boom. So we're in Scotland, we're in Australia. I need to go to Australia. Oh my God. So many years I've been trying to get out there. I would love to. It's the Darnum Drunk Tribe in the Blue Mountains. Oh man, I need to go there. So it's been so long, that place has been calling me. I'd love to get out there. Hi Todd, Dr. Mark Lynch here. Hello, Dr. Mark. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Call yourself Cryptid Search. Mark Higgins, good day, sir. World Creations, welcome, Cryptid Search. Yeah, welcome. Very nice to have you on here. Um, yeah. Okay, let's continue with the show here. Mark Higgins, good day from Down Under. Joseph, they're so hard to see. They're very stealthy. They're so incredibly hard to see. They're so stealthy. In ways like it's just absolutely outstanding, the things that I've seen them do. Like they're so exceptional. Keep your intentions pure out there. I totally agree. That's advice for me, and I assume with anybody. Let's all keep it. Keep your intentions clean out there. James McDonald, with Joe Rogan's negative attitude towards them, why would you they let the self be known to him or took him out? Okay, so what you're trying to say is why would I take Joe Rogan out? Because I want to convince him. Because you don't make peace with your friends, right? And he was on board with it. He got on with some mediocre people, or even I'd say bad people, or unprofessional people, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna put him back on track, or at least attempt to. I can't see it going wrong, guys. I can't see me not winning. I've got it from good sources. So Dan Severn and a couple other gentlemen that I know and have spoken to that know Joe Rogan personally, and they say he's really a good guy, and I see him do a lot of good things. And it would be huge for the discovery process. I could reach millions and millions of people about this truth, and that is a profound goal of mine: is to get out there publicly and expand this knowledge. That's why I've done media in the past, and something's going to explode. There's too many things coming towards me right now. Too much attention is coming towards me. It's literally, this is what happens. I'm going to give you guys the inside loop because you guys are awesome. So every time I've done media before, it's always one outlet picks up the story and then they all jump after that. So the National Post did a story on me with Heath McCoy, and then he sold that story all over the world, and then other media outlets jumped on the bandwagon after, and it became impressive headlines all over the place. So that's what's going to happen with some YouTuber or podcaster is going to come and do an expedition with me, go out with me, someone very, very famous. And I'm really literally negotiating that right now. I don't want to name any names. We'll see what happens. And then they'll do a podcast, and their video that gets 10 million views will get 30 million views. And then all these podcasters will want to come out with me, and I'll be able to pick and choose who I'm taking out, who I'm going to show the reality of Bigfoot to. And this research will just absolutely explode and go to the next level of at a level we've never seen before with Sasquatch. And that's coming, guys. So and if I go out with Joe Rogan and it fails, well, I'm attempting success, right? So there's Andy going. I'm a full-time Sasquatch researcher. If you'd like to make a donation, monthly donations are kind of ideal, guys. I'd like to have a steady income. I do have a family to support. So besides being a Sasquatch researcher, so those are the links. That's my website to go do it, or there's the Patreon link. I should have known it would be up there. Thank you so much, Andy. You are amazing. Is that another Aussie? So hi from Australia. I thought it was good eye. Good eye, mate. So greetings from Southern California, Mount Sam State Park. That's fantastic. Thank you for tuning in today. That's a great point, James McDonald. Yes, it is. I hope I answered it properly. Um, so James also says, what do they have to gain by being completely discovered by all of us humans since they live their lives in their own peace for so long? Well, they're part of this world. And what do they have to gain? They have the ability to help heal the earth with truth, with telepathy. That's what they're going to teach us, is how to become telepathic, and we will ascend to a new level of being human. So they are literally my teachers. They have so much to teach us. Even just reconnecting to nature is brilliant and amazing. Um, I don't think in my lifetime or my son's lifetime, any human being will be able to match their abilities, which is way beyond telepathy, empathic ability, telekinesis. They're so exceptional, so exceptional, and these are facts that are going to be proven, and they're going to be amazing teachers, and they want to help, and we need their help. So it's symbiotic. There's there's a lot going on, guys. Being empathic, like Sasquatch are, they can feel the state of the earth. They can feel the state of people. They can feel the power of evil, you know, damaging and doing more darkness than good. You can feel it, guys. Can you understand that? You can just like as an example, I can when it's Christmas time and there's Christmas spirit, I can feel it. I can feel that positive energy, right? During COVID, when people are down and angry and vaxxers and anti-vaxxers and all this disparity was happening, I could feel it. I could feel that negative energy. And Sasquatch have shown that to me so many times. I've seen so much evidence of them feeling into humanity. They're part of this world and they're connected to us. And we are putting out a signal. We are putting out a frequency. We just don't know how to use it or control it or manipulate it or harness it, whatever you want to call it. We just don't have that ability, and they do. And they want us to learn that. And when we become completely transparent and you can't lie anymore, what a beautiful world. There'll be no place for narcissists and sociopaths anymore. It'll just be a world of wonder and brilliant. You need no more judges, no more lawyers. Politicians will, tell the truth and do good, or will expose them by reading into their minds and their thoughts. So this is the world I want, guys. And this is not woo anymore. If you're not on board and you don't understand this, you need to go start. Universities are studying it. Mindspeak is real. Psychologists deal with empaths, people with empathic ability. Remote viewing is real. The CIA has been doing this for decades. Like these are all absolute truths and realities. Watch Third Eye Spies. I mean, what was it? Princeton, Harvard? No, it wasn't Harvard. It's an incredible top university. Had their PhD physicists prove all this stuff. It's old news now. So some people are saying hi. Team Cam, what's it like being up close to an alpha male? It's freaking intimidating. Like they are. I have this feeling of absolute awe and magnificent at the same time, kind of mixed in with some fear, maybe even terror. They're just so magnificent. They're so incredible. I think the alpha is just beautiful. Like he's so muscular and amazing and magnificent and maybe a little terrifying. And he projects that. He wants you to know he's dangerous. He's the boss. He's got a family to protect. You better be nice. Because if you're not respectful, he's gonna come get respect. And I don't want to be there for that. He's gonna have my respect automatically. But just the mass. I mean, it's freaking intimidating, guys. It really is. It's that combination of magnificent and terror at the same time. It's about the only way I can explain it. And I'm far from over it. Far, far, far from over it. What'll happen though is I do have a rule. As scared as I might be, as terrified as I ever am, I will move forward. I promise you. Expeditioners have seen it. Ashley's seen it. I will never stop moving forward. There's the biggest, angriest Sasquatch smashing and destroying things. I'm going to move forward. So whatever my fate will be at that point, that's just the rule. Because when I'm around them in the past, I've been pretty terrified. I just don't feel that anymore, though. I'm not terrified anymore. So when I'm around them, it's like the pressure just makes me into a diamond because I'm practiced, right? It's like when I used to play football, I'd always have my hand in the air for that play that I wanted the ball as a receiver. I wanted to be the one to make that big play. And the more pressure that was put on me, the more focused I felt. Because there's so much at stake, right? They can't drop the ball because the whole team's relying on you. The whole season depends on this one catch. So of course I'm going to catch it. I'm gonna go out there and put my whole life on the line. I intend to die for this catch if need be, and that's really how I think. So I've been trained that way, and that's how serious I take this. I am that serious about it. I'm willing to sacrifice my life moving forward to move this discovery forward. And I made that decision a long time ago. Believe me, I wanted to quit. There were days, even one in particular, the scariest thing, one of the scariest things that ever happened to me in my whole life was when I saw a Sasquatch sneaking up on me, crawling on the ground. I've told this story a few times. He's like crawling and he looked kind of like Kubota. And he was like, had this totally devilish kind of look. And I yelled out at him and he realized that I could see him and he stood up and he started walking towards me. And I was just terrified. I was just absolutely freaking terrified. I'm looking, there's a fire kind of between us, and this scary Sasquatch is moving towards me, just angry. Like he looks like he's going to tear me apart and kill me. And what happened was I was looking, I could only see through the night vision, it's pitch black out. Well, the fire's got a little bit of light, but it's low fire. He's still 20 yards away from me. He starts moving quicker, and the wind shifted, and the smoke came up and got right into my infrared. And I thought it was him. I thought he was right on top of me. So I went, "Ah!" And I fell out of my chair and dropped my night vision. By the time I got orientated, my glasses fell off and everything. By the time I got orientated, he was gone. But I went home immediately, terrified. And I actually had to go home for like a month And I had to think if I could do this, if I was going to be doing this, if I was capable of doing this. And I started to get back into it and back into it. And I started to get, my courage got up and I became brave to the level that I needed to be. And wisdom and knowledge all came into play. And now I'll move forward, period. I'm very confident. It's too much at stake. I work too hard to, 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 to lose that moment, right? So we're all saying, James McDonald, I think about us gaining knowing the Sasquatch. They'll help us reconnect to nature. Absolutely, I agree with you 100%, Royal. Mark, what do you think of Dean Henderson's Yowie research? Yeah, cool. I've actually heard of Dean Harrison, but a long time ago. I believe your brother is Joseph Hawkins. When you've experienced one, you'll never can be convinced different. Absolutely, good point. Alan says, "Hi Todd from Alan in London. Is that London, Ontario, or London, England?" Mark, never heard of him. Andy, Fabio is, oh, come on, Todd. Sasquatch didn't talk to you. Yeah, they did, and they do all the time. So we're gonna have to completely disagree. So, and they talk in that they mind speak. They don't say, "Hi, Todd, how are you?" Of course not. But mind speak is where you send an image, like a video. Like let's say I would send you an image of my daughter, and then there's an emotion attached to it, and then you feel. So you see me picturing my daughter, and she's moving around, and you feel how much I love her, how important she is. And you go, "Oh, that must be your daughter. That's somebody extremely important in your life, your daughter." Right? So that's how mind speak happens, and so they do talk to me, and quite often. So I get a lot of stuff. So the swirly pepper lifestyle, come mushroom hunting and discover all the proof you need. Why? Could you document it for me? I mean, I can't be everywhere and do everything. So I have limited budget, limited time. Document it. And you know what? I know people, I know dozens of people all over North America. If you've got some good evidence and you could send it to bigfootencounter@gmail.com, if you can convince me, I'll send somebody out there. And if you can convince them, then I'll send Todd Stanning, Jeff Meldrum, Survivor Man. I have that power. And believe me, I would. So that's a very limited survey size, I'd imagine. Okay. He's supposedly the biggest researcher for Yowie, or at least has been the best website. That's so you're talking about that Yowie researcher, yeah. Have you ever had Mindspeak happen? Yeah, I was just talking about that a lot. I had Mindspeak quite a bit. Even yesterday, I was really, man, guys. Yesterday, oh my god, I spent 3 hours meditating and focusing and learning. You know, Rick Dyer, Les Brown, meditating, learning, focusing, meditating. I was having a really good time. I was trying so hard to get something from Sabe. I'm just here in my house, and I don't think I did. So, or maybe I did, but I'm just not sure. So, I'm working on that really hard, really, really hard. It's so important to me. I believe in Yahweh's Andy 100%. What's the Darnum Junk tribe of the Blue Mountains? I can't remember the man's name. It's a long time ago, but they totally. This was an Aboriginal tribe from Australia, and they know the Yahweh's real 100%. That convinced me 100%. So Clarence Brooks, yes, definitely had mind speaking experiences. That's cool. Ron S. Hello, Todd. Thank you so much for boots on the ground. Uh, Ron from Chicago. Well, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. I do this for people. I do this for humanity. I am a human being, and I honestly feel like I am representing humanity. I feel that way. Like I see some great person do something great, and I go, "Wow, that's awesome for humanity." Like I'm a human. That person is a human, and they're doing great things for humanity, and that's 100% how I feel. I don't feel like like I'm competing. I feel like I do this for us. I really do. I do this for the betterment of our beautiful planet. I love Earth. I love it, guys. Once you get annoyed, people talk about flying off to Earth and terraforming Mars. Why? This is such a beautiful planet. If we wreck this planet, we don't deserve another planet. Like I love this place. I think it's absolutely amazing. I'm so proud to live on this beautiful, beautiful rock, third rock from the sun. It's magnificent. I'm honored to be a Terran or an Earthling or whatever you want to call me. I love this planet, and I am a human being, and I believe in our species. I believe that people can do well and thrive and live and find balance on this beautiful planet. I know we will, and that's why I do this research, because I believe, I know that this research will lead to bringing us better balance and equilibrium, like nature finds that balance, and we'll find it too. So I have a lot to show and talk about. Will Paul Breck, again for the fourth time, Bigfoot encounter at gmail.com. I'd love to hear it, guys. And I'm not getting enough emails there. Did you mind speak come as words or as pictures? So like I said, it comes as a video. People say pictures, and I don't, that's not correct. I see like a video playing, like movement, like, and then the emotion that I feel, and then I deduce with words how that emotion makes me feel as best I can. Am I mistranslating? Well, maybe, but I don't think so. I'm doing the best I can, because I find that Sasquatch, the emotions that they attach to the video images that I see are powerful, very, very powerful, and they evoke a response from me very quickly, and it's quite clear to me, like quite clear. Like, as an example, just trying to think off the top of my head, I was out with Kyle here, with Kyle and Ashley here in Radium, and the Sasquatch is talking to me about his sister. I didn't even know he had a sister, and it's his older sister. And I was saying this, so you have an older sister, and they were telling me this through Mindspeak and through emotions. They weren't saying words, and man, I was translating stuff really well, really, really well. And I've done that many times. Even just another example out with Kyle, I guess, is he wanted a rock, that he wanted Sasquatch to throw a rock at him, and he wanted to take that rock home with him. Well, he got that, and the message I got was, "Here it comes." And about three, two, one, a rock lands, comes whipping through the earth. I knew to say, "Here it comes." How did I know that? Well, I saw like the rock, and I felt that Sasquatch go, "It's coming your way, like towards you." I don't know. It was pretty obvious to me. The mind speak when it hits me from Sasquatch is very, very clear, very clear. So yeah, so as people are talking, watching from Oklahoma. Oh man, I have my Oklahomies. I had so much fun. It was last year. Speaking of Neah Bay, I had my Oklahomies, husband and wife out there. They were so amazing. Man, I loved my Oklahomies. You guys were so awesome. So if you're watching this, really, really like to talk to you guys again. We have been chatting a bit, just not enough. One day we all go before God says, "How much would you charge to take someone out on an expedition on my bucket list?" Well, just we'll talk about it. My expeditions are getting. If you want to go on an expedition, by all means, send me an email. It's just you got to really manifest it, guys. Something, if you really want it, something will happen. I have weird things, guys. Like, literally, I don't care if this sounds woo. For some reason, I'll get up, I'll have an urge to check my emails, I'll check it, and then a person will come up. And I was thinking about Oregon, Lake Oregon, and I check this one email, and then boom, it's Oregon. And I get dozens of emails, hundreds of emails. And I wanted Oregon, and now I have somebody coming out from Oregon. Literally, like these, it's just these things can't be coincidence, right? I wanted somebody from Saskatchewan here in Canada. Well, I got a military dude who lives in Saskatchewan now, and the way I found out about him was just absolutely fortuitously and amazing, right? Ashley, perfect example. I sent a message on Instagram to her, and I don't even know how I did that. I don't, because I never send messages like that on Instagram. I don't know why I would send her a message. And she was watching my movie and learning about me, and then boom, she got an email from me. Like, I just get these inspirations, and it's amazing. It's totally amazing. I'm literally just so blessed in the way I find these things and they come to me. So, and I believe it's Sasquatch. Sasquatch are doing this. They're manipulating things in this way. Um, I'm literally just like a pawn of theirs, right? I'm a conduit for for the discovery process to come through with them. So I'll pretty much done the show for today, guys. How many questions did I miss here? Oh my goodness, Ashley's gonna kill me. So hi Kim. I just scrolled down for like 50 questions. Kim says Sean Ray or Next Level Soul might be good shows for Todd to be on here in the off season. I sent emails to Joe and Russell B. That's awesome. You're awesome, Kim. Guys, that would help huge. If you're ever Russell Brand, Joe Rogan, I don't know. I'm going to tell you guys. So I have interest from Tyler Oliveira. This guy looks really cool. So they sent me an email. His people sent me an email. I'm in discussions with him. This dude is like so boots on the ground. He's done some really, really cool stuff. And you know, if I got Tyler, he's top 25 YouTubers in the world. He's got 5 million followers. And if he comes out on an expedition with me, guys, it'll never be the same. Never be the same. And you know what's special too is Tyler Oliveira reached out to me. I tell you something. I'm gonna make. He comes out with me. He's gonna get the most outstanding video. He's gonna get the most amazing treatment. I will profoundly prove to him that Sasquatch is real. He will explode and explode me, and I will never forget him being the first to come and take a chance on me, and he'll be paid back in spades. Next year, when every YouTuber and podcaster in the world's going to be chasing after me because I blow up so profoundly. I mean, what do I say? Don't take my word for it. Come up with me and I'll show you a Sasquatch. Who's next? Anybody. Set him up. I'll knock him down, right? Russell Brand, Mr. Beast, Joe Rogan, Tyler Oliveira. He's up. And I'm telling you guys, watch what happens, right? Watch what happens. He'll blow up. I'll give him the most incredible video. He'll have the most incredible interactions. And he can come out every year and my son will know him. My family will know him. He will come and stay at my house. He'll become a close personal friend of mine because whoever the person that puts me up next, whoever the person that takes a chance on me, you're gonna get paid back in karma by 10 times because I am the real deal. I do take people out and show them Sasquatch. Have a nice day, and I will never stop. And eventually, the world's gonna listen. And Joe Rogan and The Rock and Brad Pitt and you just George Clooney. It doesn't matter. President Trump, line them up. I'll take them out and I will show them Sasquatch. So I win or I win. Those are the choices. It's a rigged game, ladies and gentlemen. I take them out to one of the hottest research spots in the world, probably the hottest research spot in the world. I can literally say now we've had dozens of sightings, so many live interactions, 4 times as many live interactions. Survivor Men filmed the top of the head of a Sasquatch, you know, and it just goes on and on and on. People are becoming knowers and learning and getting their research and going to the next level and becoming amazing human beings. That's happening, right? So this is a very, very exciting time. And I'm not going anywhere. And I will never quit doing this. I am devoted to this. I'm a full-time Sasquatch researcher, and I will promise you, look at me how nice and young I am. I've got decades and decades left in me. I'm going to push this. I'm getting so close. We are going to make this discovery happen. And all of you that are out here listening to this, you'll be like, man, I remember that guy back when he was getting 1 million views a month on YouTube, and now he's getting 100 million views a month. When he went down and up and down and up and down and up. So I can't predict what's going to happen, but I just keep winning, guys, and I'm the horse to bet on when it comes to this discovery process. And very, very excited. So many amazing things are happening. My life, guys, in the next 3 months is just going to be so, everything's changing. I'm going to be in such a powerful place. And I owe it so much to all of you. Thank you so much for your support. Please continue to support, share videos, tell people about me, put my images out there, download stuff. I don't know, make donations, put me up on your Facebook page, talk about it. Be proud, guys, because I am human, and all of you that support me are 100% part of this cooperation, and I'm so immensely grateful for you. Thank you very much. New video tomorrow. I'm going to talk more about that thermal image. New stuff on Sasquatch Sunday. So lots of exciting stuff coming. Thank you so much for your support again. Y'all take care of yourself. Bye for now.